Hey, what's up, Panther fans? Coming at you here on Monday night. It's kind of getting a little bit late Monday night. Sorry I didn't get a vid out earlier Sunday. I was pretty frustrated after the loss, as I can imagine most of you guys were too. Um, it felt better after I kind of slept it off. Let a little bit of time pass. I took a nap after the game. I actually fell asleep for like an hour. Felt better after that. But I've been really super busy today too, so sorry I didn't get a chance to put an intro and all my usual stuff into this one. But I figure better have a video than no video. But just want to get a few of my thoughts out there on this game. Um, really good first half. We had a great first half overall. Third quarter was not great, but it wasn't horrible. I mean, we led going into the fourth quarter of this game, and then just the fourth quarter, we fell apart horribly. Just utter collapse. You know, kind of the good and the bad, I guess, is the main bad is Michael Turner ran all over us all day long. He'd probably still be running now if the game was still going. Just nonstop, gashed us up the middle all day long. Well, not even up the middle and the sides, and just all over the field. He had our number yesterday, just all day. We've got to get better. Run defense has to get better against these tough backs, or we're just gonna have every team the rest of the season grind it out on us and just beat us down the whole game. That's what happened yesterday. I mean, we're weak up the middle. We have two rookie defensive tackles. That's one thing. You have your linebackers. Top two linebackers have been injured out for the year. It's stuff we can't really help. But we didn't even really barely slow Turner down yesterday, and I guess I'm glad we contained Gonzalez for the most part. He didn't really get off too much, and same goes for Roddy White. They had him locked down most of the game, but when you're running the ball like that, you really don't need to throw it. It was just impossible to stop. Cam Newton had probably what was his worst game of the year so far. Really, the whole team. The whole team had their worst game of the season yesterday. That was it. Definitely. I mean, maybe the Jacksonville game was bad, but we actually won that game. But that was also a bad game all around. Cam struggled yesterday. Threw 3 picks, but one was in garbage time at the end. Doesn't really matter. I mean, the stats can make it look worse than it was. Then you had the one pick that was out on a screen that defensive tackle picked off. I mean, wow. It looked really bad, but it seems to be happening a lot more frequently. Just not the Panthers, but other teams around the league. I don't know what's up with that, but and the one pick in the end zone, I didn't really see how open Smith was on that play before the pick, but everybody was saying that saw the play develop. They said that Smith was wide open for a touchdown on that play. So I said Cam made the right read, and really the Falcons on that play just got lucky. Just linebacker happened to see the ball coming and reached his hand back and knocked it up in the air. Just have not had luck on our side at all this year. It's been bad, really bad all around. But really probably the worst or one of the worst things about the game yesterday was the penalties. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot all day long. The 2 pass interference penalties that took the ball to the 1 yard line both times, those were horrible. I mean, and both of them, I'm not going to say that they were bad calls. They were completely justified. They just bad defense, really is all it was. The one on Charles Godfrey in the end zone was especially bad. I mean, he was just mugging the receiver. I think it was Roddy White that he was on. I don't remember for certain. But these little things have to get corrected. We're beating ourselves every week, beating ourselves up, and you go into the season like this, and you add some expectations when we're showing flashes of being good. And you can't really compare this 1-5 team of this season to the 1-5 team of last year. You can't do it. I mean, there's some people doing that online, and I don't get that comparison at all. I mean, these two teams are completely different coaching staff, different personnel. Last season we were 1-5, but we were getting beat down every single week, game in and game out. And this season we've been in every game. This one being our worst. We lost by the widest margin we have all year. I mean, every game before this weekend was 7 points or fewer margin. But I just don't know what to think yet. I think we still need some time to evaluate this team. Things just haven't felt right for us all year, and I hope they start at some point so we can get some wins. But really, I wasn't expecting playoffs for this season. I think I just need to kind of temper my expectations a little bit for this year. Just hope for some wins. Hope to see continued development. That's the big thing. Hopefully, just players tend to continue to develop. Coaches continue to develop this season, and some of this stuff needs to work itself out. Because there's no playoffs. There's no playoffs happening. I mean, we're a 1-5 football team in a tough division. The Bucks showed back up this weekend. They were horrible last week, and they come in here this week and just and beat the Saints. It was all of them too. But that's just really all I got to say right now. Just really frustrated. Want to see some wins. We just keep getting so close. You can taste it every week, and then just collapse. It sucks. But like John Lynch said during the game, he's the color commentator. He said, this franchise is heading in the right direction, and we can see that. Everybody can see that. They just, got to try to keep ourselves up this season. Not think about the losses too much, and we're going to get another high draft pick coming out next year. We have several positions to address, and hopefully we get some injured guys back. So that's really about all there is to it. We thought coming in this season was going to be a rebuilding year, trying to get rebuilt, retooled, and that's what it is. I mean, we played really well from the get-go, and we were like, hey, we maybe can be a playoff team, something like that. The expectations, I mean, they got so high. So, need to bring those down a little bit and just try to move forward this season. I'll try to get another bit out on Thursday night as usual this week. But like I said, I've been really, really busy here lately. It's been insanely busy around here. But one final thought, I want to kind of see a little bit more fire on the sidelines from our coaching staff. I haven't really seen anybody else even mention this, which is really surprising. But it's kind of made me think of it this weekend watching the whole Jim Harbaugh situation up in San Francisco. It was in Detroit, but San Francisco's head coach. That was just quite a scene they had, and Harbaugh is all fire. He gets his guys fired up. They're tough. They have that mentality when they come out there on the field. And I want to see Rivera. I know he's got that type of intensity bottled up inside of him somewhere. I want to see that come out and show a little bit more on the sidelines with the players, get people fired up. We need it. The team needs to be fired up. They're getting to a point, I think, where these losses are taking their toll, and they're starting to get kind of demoralized. They're after the game saying the same old thing about how they're frustrated, and they're just, all they can really do is put their head down in their hands, and it's going to get to a point where they're just feeling sorry for themselves. I mean, something needs to happen to spark something on this team, and that's about it. And hopefully the coaching staff can realize that and try to bring some intensity. That's a lot of times intensity makes up for less talent a lot of times, which is what we have right now, mainly due to injury on defense. But still looking forward to next week. Got the Redskins at home. Hopefully we can turn this 3-game homestand into something, a little bit of a win streak. Who knows? They got a bad quarterback situation right now. But I'll kind of keep an eye on that as this week goes by, and I'll get that preview out later on this week. But in the meantime, You guys have a good week. We'll talk to you soon. Go Panthers.